Maplewood, a tapestry of change, connection, and gratitude. Chapter 1: A New Beginning. In the quiet suburban neighborhood of Maplewood, the morning sun peeked through the curtains, casting a warm glow on the streets lined with neatly trimmed hedges and cozy houses. It was a typical day, filled with the promise of new beginnings and familiar routines. Amidst the tranquil surroundings, a moving truck pulled up in front of a charming two-story house. The Anderson family had just arrived, their faces brimming with excitement and a hint of nervousness. They had left behind their old life in the bustling city, seeking a slower pace and a stronger sense of community. As the movers unloaded boxes and furniture, the Andersons stood on the front porch, taking in the sight of their new home. Sarah, a talented artist with a passion for capturing life's beauty on canvas, couldn't help but envision the possibilities that awaited her within these walls. Mark, her husband, a dedicated teacher, looked forward to joining the local school and making a difference in the lives of his students. And little Emily, their curious 6-year-old daughter, was eager to explore the nearby parks and make new friends. Their new neighbors, the Parkers, noticed the commotion and walked over to introduce themselves. Mr. Parker, a retired engineer with a warm smile, offered a helping hand and a wealth of knowledge about the neighborhood. Mrs. Parker, a retired nurse, brought a plate of freshly baked cookies, their sweet aroma filling the air. With each passing day, the Andersons settled into their new home, immersing themselves in the rhythms of daily life. Sarah set up her art studio in the cozy attic, her brushes and paints waiting to bring her imagination to life. Mark prepared his lesson plans, eager to inspire and educate young minds. And Emily skipped off to her first day of school, her backpack filled with anticipation and wonder. As the seasons changed, the Andersons became woven into the tapestry of the community. They attended neighborhood gatherings, where laughter and conversations filled the air. They joined the local gardening club, their hands covered in soil as they nurtured their own slice of paradise. And they formed deep connections, finding solace and support in times of joy and hardship. Through the ups and downs of daily life, the Andersons discovered the beauty in the ordinary. They celebrated birthdays and anniversaries, shared meals with loved ones, and found solace in the comfort of their home. In the quiet moments, they cherished the simple pleasures, a cup of tea on the front porch, the sound of rain tapping against the window, and the warmth of a shared smile. But amidst the tranquility, challenges arose. Sarah faced creative blocks, her brushstrokes lacking the inspiration she once had. Mark encountered difficult students, testing his patience and resolve. And Emily navigated the complexities of friendship, learning valuable lessons about trust and kindness. Yet, through it all, the Andersons found strength in their love and the support of their newfound community. They discovered that daily life was not just a series of mundane tasks, but a tapestry of moments that shaped their identities and forged lasting connections. As the sun set on their first year in Maplewood, the Andersons gathered on their porch, reflecting on the journey that brought them here. They realized that in the simplicity of daily life, there was an abundance of stories waiting to be shared, lessons waiting to be learned, and connections waiting to be made. Chapter 2: The Colors of Friendship. The vibrant hues of autumn painted the landscape of Maplewood as the Andersons settled into their new community. The once unfamiliar streets now held a sense of familiarity, and the faces of their neighbors had become friendly and welcoming. One crisp afternoon, Sarah decided to venture out to the local art supply store, hoping to find inspiration for her creative block. As she walked through the aisles, her eyes were drawn to a display of watercolor paints. The vivid shades called out to her, promising to breathe life into her canvases. Lost in her thoughts, Sarah bumped into someone, causing her paintbrushes to scatter onto the floor. Embarrassed, she quickly apologized and knelt down to pick them up. A young woman with kind eyes and a warm smile joined her, assisting in gathering the fallen brushes. "I'm sorry for the collision," Sarah said, a hint of a blush on her cheeks. The woman chuckled. "No need to apologize. It happens to the best of us. I'm Rachel, by the way. I recently moved here as well." Sarah smiled gratefully. "I'm Sarah. It's nice to meet you, Rachel. Are you an artist too?" Rachel nodded enthusiastically. "Yes, I am. I mainly work with acrylics, but I've been wanting to explore watercolors. They have such a dreamy quality to them." A spark of excitement ignited within Sarah. Here was someone who shared her passion for art, someone who understood the struggles and the joys of the creative process. She sensed a connection forming, a potential friendship that could blossom into something beautiful. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah and Rachel began to spend more time together. They would meet at local cafes, sharing stories, and discussing their latest artistic endeavors. Sarah found herself inspired by Rachel's enthusiasm and unique perspective, and Rachel admired Sarah's talent and dedication. Their friendship extended beyond the realm of art. They explored the town's hidden gems, taking long walks in the nearby park, and discovering quaint boutiques tucked away on charming side streets. Through each interaction, their bond deepened, and a sense of belonging grew within both of their hearts. One day, Sarah invited Rachel to her home for a painting session. The attic studio was bathed in soft light, casting a warm glow on their easels and canvases. Sarah chose a vibrant bouquet of flowers as her subject, while Rachel decided to capture the gentle play of sunlight on a nearby lake. As they immersed themselves in their art, the room filled with a serene silence, broken only by the sound of brush strokes on canvas. They worked side by side, occasionally stealing glances and exchanging encouraging smiles. Hours passed, and as they stepped back to admire their creations, Sarah and Rachel were struck by the beauty of their individual interpretations. Sarah's bouquet burst with vivid colors, capturing the essence of nature's vibrancy, while Rachel's landscape evoked a sense of tranquility and peace. In that moment, they realized that friendship, like art, was a kaleidoscope of colors, each person bringing their unique perspective and experiences to the canvas of life. Their friendship had become a source of inspiration, a reminder that in the presence of kindred spirits, creativity flourished, and the world felt a little more vibrant. As the seasons changed and their friendship grew stronger, Sarah and Rachel continued to explore the depths of their creativity. They hosted joint exhibitions, showcasing their artwork to the community and inspiring others to embrace their own artistic passions. Through their shared love for art, Sarah and Rachel found not only solace but also a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Their friendship had become a palette of colors, blending and harmonizing to create something truly extraordinary. In the quiet moments of their painting sessions, they often marveled at how their paths had crossed in the aisles of an art supply store, forever changing the course of their lives. From that serendipitous encounter, a friendship blossomed, painting their lives with shades of joy, laughter, and a shared appreciation for the beauty that surrounded them. Chapter 3: Threads of Community. Maplewood was more than just a collection of houses and streets. It was a tightly woven tapestry of relationships and connections. As the Andersons settled into their new home, they discovered the threads that bound them to their neighbors, creating a sense of belonging that went beyond the surface. One sunny morning, Sarah received an invitation in her mailbox. It was an announcement for the annual Maplewood Community Fair, a celebration of local talent, flavors, and traditions. Excitement bubbled within her, and she shared the news with Mark and Emily over breakfast. Eager to immerse themselves in the spirit of the community, the Andersons made their way to the fairgrounds. The air was filled with the aroma of sizzling food, the sounds of laughter, and the melodies of live music. Stalls lined the pathways, showcasing handmade crafts, fresh produce, and a myriad of other treasures. As they wandered through the fair, the Andersons encountered familiar faces, neighbors they had met during the early days of their arrival. The Parkers were there, chatting with other community members about the local history. The Johnsons, a young family with 2 children, were enjoying a cotton candy treat. And Mrs. Ramirez, a retired school teacher, was judging a baking competition. The fair seemed to breathe life into the neighborhood, bringing people together in a shared celebration of their unique talents and passions. The Andersons marveled at the artistic displays, sampled delicious homemade treats, and engaged in conversations that deepened their connections with the community. Emily's eyes sparkled with excitement as she spotted a face-painting booth. Without hesitation, she joined the line, eager to have her face transformed into a butterfly. As the artist delicately applied colorful strokes to Emily's cheeks, the little girl giggled with delight. Meanwhile, Sarah and Mark found themselves drawn to a stage where local musicians were performing. The melodies filled the air, creating a backdrop of harmony and joy. They swayed to the music, their hands entwined, feeling a sense of unity with their fellow community members. In the midst of the festivities, Sarah noticed a booth dedicated to community organizations and volunteer opportunities. Her eyes were drawn to a flyer about a local art workshop for underprivileged children. She felt a pull in her heart, a calling to share her passion and skills with those who may not have access to art education. Intrigued, Sarah approached the booth and spoke with the volunteers. They shared stories of the positive impact the workshop had on the children's lives, and Sarah knew she wanted to be a part of it. She signed up as a volunteer, eager to contribute her time and expertise. As the fair drew to a close, the Andersons walked home, their hearts filled with a sense of belonging and purpose. The community fair had not only allowed them to connect with their neighbors on a deeper level but had also provided opportunities to give back and make a difference. In the days that followed, Sarah became actively involved in the art workshop. She dedicated her time to teaching the children various art techniques, encouraging their creativity, and fostering a love for self-expression. The smiles on their faces and the newfound confidence in their artwork filled her with a profound sense of fulfillment. Mark, inspired by Sarah's involvement, sought out ways to make a positive impact as well. He joined a local mentoring program, offering guidance and support to students in need. Through their individual endeavors, the Andersons discovered the power of community involvement. The threads that connected them with their neighbors were strengthened, creating a fabric of support, compassion, and shared values. As the years passed, the Andersons and their neighbors continued to weave the threads of community. They organized block parties, hosted fundraisers for local causes, and volunteered their time for various initiatives. Each act of kindness and connection added another layer to the tapestry of Maplewood, fostering a sense of unity and resilience. The Andersons had found their place in this vibrant community, and in turn, the community had embraced them as cherished members. They had discovered that daily life was not just about their own individual experiences but about the collective journey they embarked on with their neighbors, the laughter, the celebrations, the challenges, and the unwavering support. As the sun set on another community fair, the Andersons stood hand in hand, surrounded by the faces they had come to know and love. Their hearts swelled with gratitude for the threads of community that had woven their lives together, creating a tapestry of belonging and shared experiences. Chapter 4: Embracing Change. Life is an ever-changing tapestry, and the Andersons soon discovered that Maplewood was no exception. As the seasons shifted and time marched forward, the family found themselves facing new challenges and opportunities, learning the importance of resilience and adaptability. One autumn morning, a letter arrived in the Andersons' mailbox. A notice of a proposed construction project that would bring a new commercial complex to their beloved neighborhood. The news stirred mixed emotions within the community, sparking discussions and debates about the impact it would have on the town's identity. Sarah, Mark, and Emily attended a town hall meeting to voice their concerns and listen to the perspectives of their neighbors. The room was buzzing with passionate voices, each person eager to protect the unique charm and character of Maplewood. As the meeting progressed, the Andersons realized that change was inevitable. The commercial complex could bring new opportunities for growth and economic stability, but it also posed a threat to the small-town atmosphere they had come to cherish. In the weeks that followed, the Andersons engaged in conversations with their neighbors, seeking common ground and collaborative solutions. They discovered that many shared their desire to preserve the town's essence while embracing progress. Together with other concerned residents, they formed a community action group, a collective voice advocating for responsible development and the preservation of Maplewood's unique identity. They organized rallies, wrote letters to local officials, and engaged in open dialogues with the developers. Through their efforts, the Andersons and their neighbors discovered that change didn't have to be feared or resisted. It could be embraced and shaped to align with the values and aspirations of the community. They realized that unity and collaboration were the keys to navigating the ever-evolving landscape of their town. As the construction project moved forward, the Andersons witnessed the transformation of their neighborhood. The once familiar streets became dotted with construction equipment and bustling workers. Dust and noise filled the air, temporarily disrupting the peace they had grown accustomed to. During this period of change, the Andersons found solace in their shared experiences and the support of their neighbors. They attended community meetings, raising concerns and offering suggestions to minimize the project's impact on the surrounding environment and quality of life. In the midst of the chaos, the Andersons discovered hidden pockets of resilience within themselves. They adapted to the temporary inconveniences, finding alternative routes and embracing the construction process as a symbol of growth and progress. As the commercial complex began to take shape, the Andersons realized that change wasn't just about physical transformations. it was also an opportunity for personal growth and exploration. Sarah, inspired by the spirit of change, decided to challenge herself artistically. She enrolled in a local art class, exploring new techniques and expanding her creative horizons. Mark, too, embraced change by pursuing a career transition he had long contemplated. With the support of his family and the encouragement of their neighbors, he took a leap of faith and started a small business that aligned with his passion for sustainability and community engagement. Emily, their resilient daughter, embraced change with youthful curiosity and an open heart. She made new friends at school, eager to learn about their diverse cultures and backgrounds. Her infectious enthusiasm reminded the Andersons that change could foster growth and create opportunities for connection and understanding. As the construction project neared completion, the Andersons and their neighbors gathered for a grand opening celebration. The once contested commercial complex now stood as a symbol of compromise and community-driven progress. It housed a mix of locally owned businesses, welcoming residents and visitors alike to experience the unique flavors and talents of Maplewood. The Andersons stood side by side with their neighbors, proud of the transformation they had collectively shaped. They realized that change, though challenging and uncertain, was an essential part of life's journey. It could be a catalyst for growth, a reminder of the resilience within each individual and the power of community when faced with adversity. As the sun set on the celebration, the Andersons walked home, their hearts filled with gratitude for the lessons they had learned. They understood that change was not something to fear, but rather an opportunity to adapt, grow, and shape their lives and community with intention and purpose. Chapter 5: Uncovering Secrets. Maplewood, with its quaint streets and charming houses, held more than just the visible beauty that met the eye. Beneath its surface, the town held secrets, stories waiting to be unearthed, mysteries waiting to be solved. As the Andersons and their neighbors delved deeper into their community, they discovered that Maplewood had a rich tapestry of hidden histories and untold tales. It all began one evening when Sarah stumbled upon an old photograph tucked away in a forgotten corner of the attic. The picture depicted a group of people standing in front of what appeared to be an old, abandoned building. Intrigued, Sarah showed the photograph to Mark and Emily, and together they embarked on a quest to uncover the mysteries it held. Armed with curiosity and a sense of adventure, the Andersons sought out the help of their neighbors. They discovered that Mrs. Ramirez, the retired school teacher, had a passion for local history and had dedicated years to collecting stories and artifacts from Maplewood's past. Excitedly, the Andersons visited Mrs. Ramirez's home, where she welcomed them with warmth and enthusiasm. She shared tales of the town's founding, of the families who had once called Maplewood home, and of the abandoned building in the photograph, the old Maplewood Opera House. According to Mrs. Ramirez, the Opera House had once been a vibrant hub of culture and entertainment, hosting renowned performers and captivating the community with its grandeur. But over time, as tastes and interests shifted, the Opera House fell into disuse and eventually became a forgotten relic. Determined to revive the spirit of the forgotten Opera House, the Andersons and their neighbors formed a preservation committee. They rallied support from the community, organized fundraisers, and began the process of restoring the historic building to its former glory. As the restoration efforts progressed, the Andersons found themselves immersed in the stories of the past. They uncovered old playbills, faded photographs, and handwritten letters, each item offering a glimpse into the lives and dreams of those who had once graced the stage of the opera house. One particular letter caught Sarah's attention, a heartfelt correspondence between two star-crossed lovers, torn apart by circumstance and time. The letter spoke of unrequited love, missed opportunities, and the enduring power of hope. Sarah couldn't help but be moved by the emotions captured in those fragile pages. Inspired by the letter, Sarah decided to write a play, weaving together the stories and memories of Maplewood's past. With the support of her neighbors, she enlisted local talent, both young and old, to bring the play to life on the restored opera house stage. Rehearsals were filled with laughter, tears, and a sense of shared purpose. The Andersons and their neighbors discovered hidden talents within themselves and forged bonds that transcended age and background. They realized that the secrets of the past could become the catalyst for a bright and vibrant future. As opening night approached, the excitement in Maplewood was palpable. The restored opera house stood as a testament to the community's dedication and love for their town's history. The audience gathered, eager to witness the culmination of months of hard work and passion. As the curtains rose and the play unfolded, the stories of Maplewood's past came to life. The audience was transported back in time, experiencing the joys, heartaches, and triumphs of those who had once graced the stage. The play became a celebration of community, a testament to the power of storytelling, and a reminder that the threads of the past were interwoven with the present. Tears flowed freely, both on and off the stage, as the final scene played out. It was a moment of catharsis, of healing, and of renewed appreciation for the layers of history that shaped Maplewood and its residents. As the applause echoed through the old opera house, the Andersons and their neighbors stood together, basking in the glow of their collective achievement. They had not only uncovered the secrets of their town but had also breathed new life into its forgotten stories, reminding themselves and future generations of the power of community, resilience, and the enduring magic of Maplewood. Chapter 6: Finding Strength in Diversity. Maplewood, a small town nestled amidst the trees, was a vibrant tapestry of cultures and backgrounds. As the Andersons and their neighbors continued their journey of exploration, they discovered that the true beauty of their community lay in its diversity. One sunny afternoon, the Andersons attended a multicultural fair organized by the local community center. The fair showcased the rich tapestry of cultures that resided within Maplewood, celebrating traditions, music, dance, and cuisine from around the world. The fair was a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds, a testament to the varied backgrounds and experiences of the town's residents. Sarah, Mark, and Emily eagerly immersed themselves in the festivities, sampling exotic dishes, listening to traditional music, and engaging in conversations with their neighbors. As they wandered through the fair, the Andersons met families from different countries, each with their unique stories and traditions. They discovered that Maplewood was home to immigrants, refugees, and individuals who had chosen the town as a place to build a new life. Intrigued by the diversity within their community, the Andersons decided to delve deeper into the stories and experiences of their neighbors. They organized a series of community gatherings where residents could share their personal journeys, shedding light on the challenges and triumphs they had encountered along the way. Through these gatherings, the Andersons discovered tales of resilience, courage, and determination. They listened to stories of individuals who had left their homelands in search of safety, opportunity, or a better life for their families. They heard about the struggles of adapting to a new culture, learning a new language, and overcoming barriers to create a sense of belonging. Embracing the spirit of inclusivity, the Andersons and their neighbors decided to create a community exchange program. The program aimed to foster understanding and appreciation for different cultures by inviting residents to share aspects of their heritage with others. Each month, a different family would host an event showcasing their traditions, cuisine, and customs. Through these gatherings, the Andersons and their neighbors gained a deeper understanding of the diverse fabric that made up their community. They learned to appreciate the beauty in the differences, finding strength in the shared experiences of their neighbors. Mark, inspired by the stories he had heard, decided to start a small business that celebrated the multiculturalism of Maplewood. He opened a cafe that served dishes from around the world, creating a space where people could come together, share their stories, and break bread. The cafe quickly became a hub for connection and conversation. People from different backgrounds gathered, forming friendships and a deeper appreciation for one another's cultures. The cafe became a place where the flavors of Maplewood intertwined, creating a unique blend of tastes and experiences. Emily, their young daughter, embraced the diversity of her community with open arms. She eagerly participated in cultural events, learning traditional dances, songs, and languages. Her classmates became her friends, and she discovered that their differences enriched her own perspective on the world. As the Andersons and their neighbors continued to celebrate and embrace diversity, they realized that the strength of their community lay in its ability to come together, to learn from one another, and to build bridges of understanding. Maplewood became a shining example of unity amidst diversity, a place where people from all walks of life could find acceptance, support, and a sense of belonging. The town thrived, not in spite of its differences, but because of them. As the Andersons reflected on their journey, they marveled at the transformation that had taken place within themselves and their community. They understood that embracing diversity was not just about tolerance, but about celebrating the unique contributions and perspectives that each individual brought to the table. With renewed appreciation for the richness of their multicultural community, the Andersons and their neighbors looked forward to the future, eager to continue their journey of growth, understanding, and unity.